Hey everyone, this is Corey and welcome to the first Let's Play of Ascendancy. Not quite 1.0, but somewhere in between 0.95 and 1.0. I'm going to be playing as the Imperial Remnant today against every faction in the mod for 1.0. The Pentastar Alignment and Empire of the Hand will be getting their own videos in the future. Right now they're finished enough to play against, but they're missing a lot of the UI stuff and buttons and icons, so it's a bit confusing to play as them if you don't know where everything is already. I'm actually a little sick right now, so my voice might sound weird. It sounds weird to me, but that's probably a great way to start a new channel. We're posting this as part of the 9th year anniversary update. I'm playing this on Monday, June 8th, which is the 9th anniversary of when we started Thrawn's Revenge. So there's some information on 1.0 for Ascendancy in there, 2.2 for Imperial Civil War. So yeah, just gonna leave it on recruit or lieutenant. We've made some changes that should make the AI a bit more responsive. In 0.95 there are a few times or several times in different games, depending on how everyone starts, that the AI would just sort of not do anything. We've pretty much fixed that as far as we can tell, along with some other stuff that you'll see. Essentially, the AI was deciding that there wasn't enough around it to do for some reason, so it would just not do anything, or it wouldn't require as many ships to be built, and then when you finally got to it, it had a lot of territory, but not a lot of ships to defend it, whereas now there's a lot more neutral starting forces, so it actually has to build up ships. Alright, so let's get started here. I've left on the Galaxy gun, so at some point we will go for that. Unlike before, you're actually going to need to build up a few forces before you can take over any planets. The Remnant has 2 new units, the Escort Carrier and the MTC. We don't have, obviously, the strings and icons done for those yet. But they are replacing the Acclamator, which got sent to the Pentastar Alignment, and
for further operations.
The Vindicator, which also got sent to the Pentastar Alignment.
What now?
We also haven't started putting in any of the unit lines yet. Those will be in for release for almost everything. There might be a few things we have to wait until future versions to do, but that's something we are working on now. You'll also notice that the Remnant has lost the Praetor, which again went to the Pentastar Alignment. It's going to get the Allegiance at some point, but we have to actually make that first. It's in the process of being made, but not quite done yet.
I won't let you down. Phase jump underway.
We shall overcome.
So I think what we're going to do, we're going to go for Brental first. It's only got a few frigates defending it. And then after that, we'll come back around and get Chandrilla, because it's probably a bit more valuable since this is an arid ocean. This is Terran.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
I know arid ocean sounds like an oxymoron, but it's meant to be two different things, not one thing describing the other thing. So trust me, it makes sense.
Times of war are upon us.
We've also added these little indicators, these little circles above something, to show when there are forces there. So you'll see on Corridor right now, it's got these little circles above my forces because I have forces, and none on the enemy forces because there aren't any. This is in addition to the little colors that are going to fill the boxes. So let's go in here and see what's going on.
Got a job for me?
Davis made some new turbo lasers, made some new turbo laser sound effects that were in for a while, but he messed something up, and then they all got Not deleted because the sound effects are still there, but unapplied. So they will be in pretty soon, but he just felt really bad about that and then didn't immediately fix it, which is understandable because that's kind of discouraging.
What now?
Again, keep in mind that this is pretty much the halfway point between 0.95 and
Give the order.
1.0. So there's a lot you'll see that's not finished, that's more like 0.95 than 2.0 or 1.0.
What now? Let him have it. I'm on it.
We'll still be adding new planet types. There's a few new units. The Empire of the Hand especially is missing some of its units. I think there's still 3 PA units, 3 Empire of the Hand units, and 2 new Republic units that are being added.
Attack!
I'm currently working on finishing up the Dominator, which is we're sort of cleaning up the model and redoing the skin from the Imperial Civil War one, which had a few. It wasn't terrible looking, but it had a few
I'm on it.
just problems with the mesh. It wasn't very clean, and it's something that would cause more issues in Sins of a Solar Empire than in Empire at War. Because it was a bunch of different pieces, they didn't fit well together, so the shadows would end up being really weird. So Slever just optimized that model, brought it down from, I think, over 6,000 or 7,000 polygons down under 3,000. So it's a huge performance boost. We'll probably be putting that into Imperial Civil War for that reason.
Comlink active.
I'll send my Star Destroyers
Yes,
over there.
Commander.
Probably gonna wait.
At once.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's
Easily done.
bad. But yeah, so now that I'm finishing off the Dominator, just finishing the skin and getting it rigged, Sleverd is working on finishing the Dauntless for the New Republic, one of the new units that we just announced in the post that this is actually being posted with. You may remember it as the
Got a job for
unit from Star Wars Rebellion, I think, that was sort of created to fight the SSD in that game. We're not going that route with it because that makes almost no sense. It's going to take the cruiser role that it actually should have filled,
Let him have it.
and has filled in all subsequent media.
What lies before us? For the Unity.
Good day, Commander. Ready for battle.
This probe droid ability is still super overpowered. We're going to work on
What lies before us?
balancing that a bit better. Might turn into an actual unit, like an actual probe droid that deploys, and then it's not just free vision all the time, because you're going to have a lot of Star Destroyers.
We lack the required insight.
AI should also be building more capitals.
Ready for
Sins has these weird limitations that are hard-coded that you can't really... I think I'll just go straight for Corlight, because that's also Terran. Then I can easily just make another fleet to get to Chandrila. Yeah, I think
Yes,
that's
Commander.
what's going to happen.
at once.
But anyways, the way Sins AI handles capital ships, it's essentially when
What lies before us?
one capital ship that it controls
We
gets to level
understand.
3, it'll build another one. And that's basically its only criteria. So it can have 50 open slots, it can have all the resources in the world. If all of its existing capital ships aren't level 3, it won't build another one. So we've found a way to work around that to get the AI to start building more of them. The only issue right now is sometimes it builds them too fast, and that can stop it from building a Titan. So that's something we're going to have to look at and find ways to work around. But right now we're pretty happy with how that's working. It adds a greater challenge to the game tactically because you're not just fighting hordes of frigates. It should also help performance because it's overall fewer ships,
Good day,
because it's not just spamming frigates and cruisers, which have lower population costs. So there should be a few things there
We
that
are
help.
listening.
This game you might notice some lag late game because we are playing against the Pentastar alignment. They are very fighter focused, and we haven't quite balanced that out yet.
Gas reserves are insufficient.
Tabana gas reserves are insufficient. We don't have any Tabana gas reserves.
Research complete.
So we'll just make a second fleet right off the bat.
A new facility is complete.
Plotting jump coordinates.
As far as the channel goes, we'll try to put at least one video up a week.
A new facility is complete.
Maybe more depending on how people respond. People really seemed to like it when we did the Let's Plays last time.
Reporting for duty.
And so we'll try to make it a bit more regular than that.
Fleet is under attack.
But especially as we get closer to release, there's more stuff to show.
Comlink active.
Just like last time. And then we're also going to be doing some Imperial Civil War ones this time. I'll probably talk a bit more about the mod's history in those, because 9th anniversary, everyone's getting all nostalgic and stuff.
Comlink active.
By everyone, I think I just mean me. Thorny likes to make fun of me for caring about that stuff, but I have a history degree, and that's all I can really use it for right now,
Give the order.
is caring about the mod's history.
Attack.
So, at the risk of rambling like I'm doing right now, I'll probably end up doing that.
Times of
Especially
war are upon us.
since we are making a lot of changes to how you can play Imperial Civil War, even if a lot of the content that you're playing with in those situations is sort of the same. We just announced in the news post that the Duskan League,
I'm laying you down.
Warlord
I'm on
Zinj,
Let
and
'em
then
have
two
it.
other warlords, Harsk and Teradok, will be playable. So now that we have the defreezer, we don't have to worry about all these factions spreading out,
Attack.
since we're pretty comfortable with how it works. We're still going to try to mitigate it as much as possible, but
Let 'em have it.
we can make all the factions active. We can split up the warlords into the proper, or
I'm on it.
all the
Let 'em
major
have it.
warlords, and then since people seem interested in being able
I'm
to
on
play
it.
as everything available on the map, you can play as everything available on the map. Hapens will take a bit longer to do if we end up doing them, because there's a lot more that has to
I
be
won't let you
done. They
down.
have a lot more of their own unique ships
We shall
that we have to
overcome.
make. So
Comlink
if we end up doing them, if we end up doing the Hapens for Ascendancy, then we'll almost certainly put all that content
We
in
shall
for
overcome.
ICW. We have pretty limited resources right now. I think people think the team is bigger than it is. But we'll do our best to accommodate all of that.
ready
Because
for
I know
battle.
me and Kalo
Our
are
Tabana
both
gas
pretty interested in the
reserves are
Hapens.
insufficient.
I just like the aesthetic that they have.
Plotting jump coordinates.
Alright, so what's our situation? Third in research, first in colonization, first
Plotting
in fleet.
jump coordinates.
So we'll go Chandrilla and Borleas, and then that'll be... We'll try to get this large sort of arrowhead here as our main force, as our main
What lies
planets.
before us?
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
Then we'll just find out where everyone is.
Planet upgrade complete.
It's kind of cheating because I know the maps, having made this map, and this is actually my favorite map in the
Ready
mod.
for battle.
It's alignment.
Comlink active.
Where's the threat?
I might end up losing this.
Open fire!
You'll also notice that after enough people have made it clear that this is their preferred way, the ISDs now fire forward. We're not doing that with every wedge-shaped ship because plenty of them weren't actually meant to do that. The Victories, all their weapons are aligned in such a way that they can't, just strictly cannot fire that way. It doesn't make geometrical shape or geometric sense. So victory staying sideways, ISDs, ISD2, forward. They still have some sideways weapons, but most of their fire levels, that's not a thing. Most of their damage will come from the front.
Have secured a planet. Our Tibanna gas reserves are insufficient.
I might be expanding too fast and screwing myself over.
Gas reserves are insufficient.
Good day, Commander.
So probably just take a break here. Not expand too far too fast.
Give the order.
So a lot of our planets are probably losing us credits right now. And by a lot, I mean one of the three. Okay, our economy sucks compared to everyone's.
Planet upgrade complete.
But they haven't quite overtaken
Comlink
us
active.
with ships yet.
Comlink active.
Alright, luckily those were mostly Carracks and stuff, so
For the homeworld.
our Star Destroyers are able to beat that.
Good day, Commander. I'll make short work out of them.
So one of the main things we're doing to differentiate the PA from other factions is most factions will just stay at whatever their starting number of fighters are for capital ships, or just increase at very small rates. And for the PA, one of the main advantages to leveling up will be having more fighters the more you level up, even though a lot of their capital ships are
Ready for battle.
less combat focused and more utility focused.
Good day,
So,
Commander.
well, they have the Praetor, that's very combat focused. The Dominator and the Secular are an interdictor with some combat abilities, and also a carrier. So we've also considered internally removing, limiting the ISD 1 and 2 so that each faction only has one of them. And then we'd have an extra slot for capital ships for each faction that we'd fill at some point, because there are a few available options. Alright, gonna stop here. So,
Good
as
day,
ever, since we're
Commander.
at this stage in development, if you have any ideas, suggestions, or feedback from the previous release, feel free to post them on our forums, in the comments here, mod database, wherever is more convenient. And then
Ready for battle.
we read everything. We don't always respond to everything because I only have so much free time. And there have been a few entire months where almost all of my modding time was spent directly responding to everything. So that doesn't mean don't post it. Just if you don't get a response, it doesn't mean we're not reading. I read literally everything. I have almost nothing better to do with my time. Like sitting at work on break, I will just be on my phone reading stuff. So, let's see, what's our situation here?
Our Tibanna gas reserves are insufficient.
Let me get some scouts. That's probably a good idea. I'm so bad at this. So don't use anything I do as an example of like next level strategies. It's pretty bad.
Reporting for duty.
Hopefully we'll have a few more backgrounds for this release. It's something we do intend to do at some point, but right now our
Upgrade complete.
resources are sort of focused elsewhere. I'm gonna get some
Reporting
civilian
for duty.
labs. I don't know why I haven't upgraded my economy income things yet. That should have been like the first thing I researched, but
A new facility is complete.
right, I'll just complete my little
Comlink
triangle
active.
before anyone
Easily
else can.
done.
Alright, Balmora.
Reporting for duty.
This, so the Empire of the Hand's over here. One of the things to notice with the Empire of the Hand is that a lot of the strings and icons are still missing, especially the minimap icons. That's part of why I'm not playing as them right now. They are still
Reporting for duty.
my favorite faction.
Comlink active.
in any of the mod content, but it'd be a bit too confusing to play as for a video. They'll probably end up being done last for videos, just because the PA is honestly super close to being done as far as units and that sort of stuff goes.
That's more like it. Comlink active.
The PA is really just missing a capital ship, anti-fighter,
Jump
and
underway.
their starting
Plotting
frigate.
jump
So like
coordinates.
not their Carrack, but their sort of basic frigate that they start with unlocked.
Plotting jump coordinates.
Which means they might be a little behind in this game too, but we'll see.
Hyperspace jump complete.
Normally we have them have just the units coded. The units are all coded in for them,
Attack.
but 2 or 3 of them have the ISD model. I just disabled those units for this, but we'll see how that affects whether or not they're able to be
Comlink active.
galactic powers. These guys should be fine. We'll just make sure they take out the
Good day,
VSD
Commander.
first. The Carrack, I don't care too much about.
This shall be
No,
our
no,
finest
no.
hour.
There we go.
Squadron checking in. Comlink active.
These guys are definitely
Got a
fine.
job for me?
Now I want
We
the
are
Sentinel.
listening.
Oh, so also if you want to help us replace these voices, then send us an email, post somewhere that you want to help be a voice actor. Elliot
We have found an apt
has
site for
started
further operations.
writing a lot more lines. I used to be doing it, and it meant that very few people actually ever got any lines because I just had so much to do that it became pretty hard to coordinate. But he's taken that over now, so he's almost done writing all the lines, so that should mean that people get
Comlink
lines almost
active.
right away.
Our Tibanna gas reserves are insufficient.
I'm a little worried about the Empire of the Hand because they're pretty aggressive. Normally. Maybe they'll like me this round, and I won't have to worry. Okay, so the New Republic's down here. Down through Coruscant. Empire of the Hand's over here.
Research complete.
They've just got a Bedyrek frigate parked. Okay.
What now?
We have found an apt site for further operations. Planet upgrade complete. A new facility is complete. Our Tibanna gas reserves are insufficient.
Capital ships are now second. Research third. They're probably taking some pretty heavy losses, especially down here,
Stormtroopers have secured a planet.
because the planets are just
We
that
have
much
found
more
an apt
valuable.
site for further operations. Our Tibanna gas reserves are insufficient.
So I think what I want
Stormtroopers have
to
secured
go
a
for
planet.
is the strike cruiser, and then start
Our
supplementing
Tibanna
my
gas
fleet with
reserves are
those.
insufficient.
Their denting strike ability, which amplifies all other damage against their target, is pretty useful. I think people really undervalue strike cruisers and world devastators. They used to really overvalue praetors, but the stacking abilities on world devastators are very useful. They just they can become almost mini titans. This is the people may recognize as the fellow sent from Imperial Civil War. In Ascendancy, it's serving as like the fellow sent class is serving as their scout. Oh, that's the stock particle there.
An apt site for further operations. We have found an apt site for further operations.
That's the consend, their lander.
We have found an apt site for further operations. Research complete.
Right, so we'll start setting up some defenses on core leg, just in case the Empire of the Hand attacks there.
Good day, Commander.
A new facility is complete.
Got a job for me?
So that means that the Pentastar alignment and Imperial Remnant are over here. Or one's over here on Enzoth. Another is down here on, I think, I want to say Corellia is the other starting planet in this map.
Comlink active.
I'm quite possibly wrong about that, but... So clearly I'm bad.
A new facility is complete.
There we go. No more open resource
Good day, Commander.
lines. Alright, so Coruscant, Ecumenopolis planet, has a lot of credits, very few resource asteroids.
Planet upgrade complete.
One other thing about the Empire of the Hand to keep in mind is that a lot of their economy comes from resource asteroids. So where other factions rely more on trade stations for credits, the Empire of the Hand, since it's an isolated entity that had more natural resources available to it, they have an ability where resource asteroids provide credits as well as their resources. So a metal or Durasteel or Tabana rich world also provides credits for them in the same way that high population planets would for any other faction. And each faction also has preferred planet types that they can research to improve. For the human factions, it's mostly urban centers. For I think the Remnant has that. It's in here somewhere.
Planet upgrade complete.
Urban and Terran, and then for the Empire of the Hand, it's Arctic worlds, because Scylla is Arctic and that's the homeworld of the Chiss.
Good day, Commander.
A new facility is complete.
We're making new Golan station models for research so that they're not both the same type. We actually have the model done, it's just being textured. And then there's Tapana. We've also got this Durasteel factory, so it's not the metal asteroid anymore. That may be the first time we've actually shown that.
Perhaps we have a common purpose.
Okay, the Pentastar alignment wants me to do something for them. Oh, in here. Okay, they want me to kill the Empire of the Hand.
facility is complete.
I'll probably end up doing that anyways, but because I want to, not because they told me to. Make my own decisions.
One of our systems is under attack.
If I can fit it, I'm gonna put another... No. Alright. Once those logistics slots are up, I'm gonna put another frigate factory on Korulag. And then I might put a capital ship factory on Kamas. Just so I'm not flying everything in from Carda up here.
Comlink active.
A new facility is complete.
Good day, Commander. That's more like
Send
it.
some people out to Pantolomin.
Ready for battle. Squadron checking in. Good day, Commander.
Our Tabana gas reserves are insufficient.
We're still playing with the idea of introducing heroes with permadeath, like in ICW. So one-off things you'd recruit. Same option as the Galaxy Gun, which is going to come from over here. Here's the ability right here. From their space station model right now. Yeah. So anything you get from those would be one-off.
Upgrade complete.
Because we don't want heroes to keep coming back. Same like in ICW.
Base jump underway. Squad leader here.
A new facility is complete.
Plotting jump coordinates.
I think I'd rather have Korulag as my capital. So I might move that eventually.
We lack the required installations to fulfill that order.
Alright, let's check to make sure we have maxed out the civilian upgrades there.
Research complete.
So we can do, I think, one more there. Oops. Another there. That should be it. Yep, that's it.
Ready for battle. Good day, Commander. Got a job for me?
Always do the victory first.
Ready for battle. What now?
Alright, gonna send out a lot more scouts now. Adjudicator shields are down. So we might actually end up losing a Star Destroyer. Oh yeah, that's not good.
Commander.
Down to 50% damage output, so it's pretty heavily damaged.
Good day, Commander.
Okay, so we got the Adjudicator and Adjudicator.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, I think, yeah,
Got a
that's
job for me?
no good. Let's leave.
Yes, sir.
You can keep Pantolomin. I don't want it.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
The culture is starting to be pushed, or my culture is starting to be pushed back to Farfin, which
Reporting
means
for
that
duty.
Dolomar. Okay, so here we go.
Plotting jump coordinates.
The Remnant over here seems to be expanding up towards
Plotting
me,
jump coordinates.
so I'm gonna want to go.
Reporting for duty. I won't let you down. Comlink active. That's more like it.
Seems okay. So the Pentastar alignment's way down in this corner, next to the Empire of the Hand. That's why they wanted me to kill the Empire of the Hand. But the ones that I'm really worried about
Plotting jump coordinates.
are the Remnant right now. I want to scout out
What now?
the Empire of the Hand to see what they're up to,
I won't let you down.
but I want
Yes, sir.
the Remnant
Give the order.
to be my first
I won't let you
target.
down.
I'll get an Altor next, because I need some sort of supply. That's the role that the MTC is going to fill at some point. Smaller supply ship. We're going to try to give the Altor stronger abilities to make it
Comlink
worth it
active.
to get, but not your only option for supply. Because right now that's a little unfair to the Remnant, although it sort of fits them that they wouldn't be as interested in saving their ships as they are in just replacing them. Start working towards a better economy. And I think
Space jump complete.
that was already
Enemy Imperial fleet
unlocked.
is under attack.
'Cause yeah. So I don't need to research this right now. It doesn't do anything right now. Because we are testing something with them. We're using them to test other models, I'm pretty sure. So,
Systems calibrated.
Strike Cruiser next. And I think I'll want to go for the Executor this game. Because fighting the Remnant as my first priority, they're probably going to have a lot more ships, so I need something that can shoot a lot more targets.
Plotting jump coordinates. Got a job for me? I won't let you down. Give the order. I won't let you down. Got a job for me? I'll do my best.
Research complete.
Yeah, here's the Pentastar alignment down here. They have an ISD, Sentinel, CT-11. Okay. This Onderon startup here is actually somewhat more difficult for the AI to get out of. It has lower value planets, but also
Plotting jump coordinates.
coming right out of it, it has stuff like Kuat that's pretty heavily defended usually.
Give the order.
My Carracks are in. They're probably going to lose. That's not good.
Let him have it. How can I help you,
Have
Commander?
my Altor up, so I'll just get the repair ability for them right now. So they can fix these two Star Destroyer, or
Research
where are they?
complete.
Did they already get in there? There's two Star Destroyer. Oh, they might be dead. Where'd they go?
Ready for
Oh no,
battle.
they didn't even leave. That's nice.
Yes, Commander. At once.
So we'll send this scout just way down to Galantos and see what's going on through Coruscant and all these planets. This is actually a pretty high value line right here. Between Coruscant and Metalos, two urban planets connected to each other.
Calculating jump coordinates.
Then Odic, as a desert planet, it's got a lot of metal, or Durasteel, but it's also relevant to the lore for all the Warlord fans, which doesn't really do much for you in game, but
Research complete.
So we'll just finish this little cluster. That's sort of the main
Jump underway.
fighting forces for the
Comlink
Imperial Remnant.
active. Ready for battle.
We are listening. With one voice.
Then we'll want to send the colonizer over.
What now?
Let him finish that Carrack, but then I want to take out that Vindicator, because that's dangerous.
Attack! Let him have it.
And over here, I will
Plotting jump
start building a
coordinates.
few more strike cruisers, or a few strike cruisers. Okay, my fleet is down to 3rd now,
Good day, Commander.
probably because I lost a lot of ships, but also...
Research complete.
Plotting jump coordinates. Plotting jump coordinates.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
Reporting for duty.
How can I help you, Commander?
Research complete.
How can I help you, Commander?
So before we actually go in on anything, I'll just get the Altor here to fix the
Transmission
adjudicator.
received.
They're also out of fighters, so that's a problem.
Comlink active.
Luckily the implacable interrogators still have
Reporting for duty.
at least a squadron or 2 out.
Good day, Commander.
Should be enough to win this.
Fire
But if the
below.
Remnant attacks, then that's going to be a problem.
Comlink active.
Got a job for me?
They have a Syndic destroyer over here.
Reporting for duty.
Plotting jump coordinates.
2 Ascending Star Destroyers, a Syndic. Alright, so they have like 4 capital ships.
What now? Yes, sir. I won't let you down.
Calculating jump coordinates. Good day, Commander.
What now? Yes, sir.
Alright, so I think
Supporting fleet is moving to attack.
what we're going to do is just take Farfin, and then that'll be it for this video.
Good day, Commander.
Because I have not eaten lunch yet, and I still need to post the update today.
Ready for battle.
Then, next time, we'll work towards the Executor, and start taking out the Remnant. There can only be one.
Comlink active.
In the future, we'll try to
Easily
get
done.
more mod team members in on the videos. I think everyone else
This shall be
is either
the finest hour.
at school or works Monday to Friday. I work Tuesday to Saturday, so it's
Yes,
a
Commander.
little inconvenient that
At
way.
once.
Slevert for sure. I'll try to get in on some videos so we can talk about what we're both working on right now. So we have a mountainous planet here.
Hyperspace jump complete.
And depending on how people feel about the videos, I'll certainly try to get better at them as I go. Probably getting a new mic, because this probably doesn't sound great. And then, yeah, if people like it, I'll post more often. Might post some other games.
Stormtroopers have secured a planet.
Yesterday we were playing Heroes of the Storm, and I kind of wanted to post that. But, yeah, so just let us know what you think. I'll try to get videos of what people want. Within the mod, as we lead up to the release, we'll show off all the new content. Yeah. So I'll try to finish this game, hopefully this week, and have it all posted by next week, so you can see a bit more of what the Pentastar Alignment and Empire of the Hand can do. We didn't see much of that this episode because they're
Found an apt site
way over
for further
here.
operations.
in the Empire of the Hand. seems to be not getting much done besides its capital ships. But we'll see how that goes in the future. Alright, thanks for watching.
Planet upgrade complete.
I think that's going to be it for now. I'll just save and then... Alright, that's it. See you.